South Mountain. This land is beautiful. At the terminus of the Blue Ridge Mountains of Appalachia, this 400,000-acre region of intact mountain forest and bucolic agricultural land serves as a landscape of respite for many from the rapidly urbanizing areas around it. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania to the north, Pittsburgh to the west, Baltimore and D.C. to the south. All are within commuting distance of the South Mountain region. This land is productive. It contains one of the largest growing fruit belts in the nation and has a burgeoning economy of vineyards and roadside markets. It has a landscape lush with food that supplies a bevy of local farmers markets and stakes claim to dominating farmers markets in major metro areas like Baltimore and D.C. This land provides drinking water for millions. As some of the closest headwaters for the Chesapeake Bay, the mountain absorbs and purifies the water, which is funneled into limestone channels that flow out onto the land, creating places like boiling springs. This temperature-controlled water is the reason that its local streams are one of the most popular fishing spots in Pennsylvania. This land provides outdoor recreation opportunity and memories for many generations, leaving a legacy of time in its woods, streams, and lakes. South Mountain contains 2 national parks, Gettysburg and 50 miles of America's foremost trail, the Appalachian National Scenic Trail. It contains 3 state parks and the 85,000-acre Michaud State Forest. This land is rich with history. South Mountain has been known for its abundant resources since Native Americans roamed its valleys and wooded mountains. German settlers laid claim to its rich limestone soils, and the Scots settled the mountain hollows. This land has seen some of the most brutal human battles in North America, as 2 of Pennsylvania's largest Civil War battles occurred here. This was one of the most important routes on the Underground Railroad. Joseph Rothrock, one of the fathers of forestry, championed this land to become one of the first state forests in Pennsylvania. Its land and resources had been used to the brink, but have since seen a restoration of epic proportions. This is the South Mountain region, your home, your refuge, and a place that sees many challenges of conserving all that is good about a place while allowing for change, development, and a landscape in which humans are thriving economically. This place needs you. It needs us. In 2006, a group of citizens, conservationists, and public servants came together because of potential adverse impacts on the region's sense of place. Those impacts could change what we value, change the way we grow, and change the way in which we enjoy our natural and cultural resources. But this group also considered the incredible opportunity to maintain and even improve where we live. This group realized an opportunity to harness the power of a partnership. This group became the South Mountain Partnership, an alliance of concerned citizens and 70-plus organizations including businesses, churches, universities, local and state governments. The South Mountain Partnership works to steward our sense of place and quality of life, which is critically reliant on the region's natural, cultural, and economic assets. The formal partnership was sparked and is supported by the Pennsylvania Department of Conservation and Natural Resources through their Conservation Landscape Initiative, or CLI, program. The CLI program is an effort to engage communities, local partners, state agencies, and funding opportunities to conserve the high-quality natural and cultural resources while enhancing the economic vitality of the South Mountain region. Become a part of the power of the partnership. Join the partnership in conserving our natural resources. In its inception, the partnership was formed around efforts of land conservation, the catalyst being 2 major land preservation efforts, Glatfelter Tree Farm in Adams County and White Rocks in Cumberland County. Glatfelter saw 2,500 acres of forested tree farm preserved which is visible from Gettysburg National Park and adjacent to Michaud State Forest. This was done by the hard work of many partners, but a special effort was made by the citizens and leaders of Adams County to vote for open space funds to further projects like this and others. 2011 saw the successful resolution to a project that was 20 years in the making. The White Rocks, a popular recreation area and side trail of the Appalachian National Scenic Trail, was finally protected through the land being purchased to protect its magnificent views. This major conservation success happened through the efforts of many partners like the Appalachian Trail Conservancy, the National Park Service, DCNR, and Central Pennsylvania Conservancy, as well as huge support from local citizens and volunteer Appalachian Trail clubs. Also in 2011, lands adjacent to Kings Gap State Park were preserved to maintain the original Masland estate, with acres of wildlife habitat preserved and open to the public. Partners are also key in education conservation for our youth, like this series of public school workshops funded by the South Mountain Partnership and put on by Strawberry Hill Nature Preserve and the Adams County Conservation District to demonstrate the importance of vernal pools. The South Mountain Partnership seeks to put today's environmental issues into a broader context and inspire action within our communities. The South Mountain Speaker Series was organized in 2009 in the spirit of the Michaud Lectures, which was a series of talks given by Joseph Rothrock in his work to preserve and restore Pennsylvania's forests and natural landscape during the late 19th century. The Michaud Lectures, as presented by Rothrock, were an educational mission that became a catalyst for real change in our state's environmental history. It is our hope that as we face the challenges of the 21st century, the South Mountain Speakers Series can encourage a new generation to find in the past a positive vision for the future of the South Mountain landscape and beyond. The Speaker Series has seen topics ranging from the restoration of the American chestnut, the union of historic farms and food, our connection to the Chesapeake Bay, the preservation of our heritage and history, and challenges of the I-81 corridor. In its life, the South Mountain Speaker Series has attracted over 1,000 citizens from central Pennsylvania, with a wide range of ages and interests. Join the South Mountain Partnership in conserving and promoting our heritage. The partnership has helped facilitate and fund the plans of several heritage projects. Camp Michaud. This gem has been hidden, but through the power and passion of our partners, the story has now been revealed to many. Camp Michaud, in the heart of South Mountain, was one of the few World War II prisoner of war interrogation camps, the Guantanamo of its time. It also served as a farm in the era of iron ore extraction, as a civilian conservation corps camp during the Great Depression, and as a beloved church camp for thousands. Through the efforts of many organizations and volunteers, and particularly David Smith, a volunteer with the Cumberland County Historical Society, this site has been preserved. Boiling Springs citizens are proud of their rich heritage, and in 2010 they received funding from the South Mountain Partnership to develop a historic interpretation signage program to provide the story behind the scenery. Look for these historic panels as you walk along Children's Lake in 2012. The partnership also championed a team of volunteer citizens and Washington Township officials in finding funds to preserve the Monterey battlefield at the summit of South Mountain. This battle is the second largest, though largely unknown, Civil War battle that occurred on the retreat from Gettysburg. In 2010, this team acquired funds from DCNR to purchase its first lands to preserve an entrance for the battlefield, and have since raised a large amount of additional funding from citizens and corporations. Join the South Mountain Partnership in enhancing, developing, and promoting recreational opportunities. The partnership has been the catalyst for regional tourism and outdoor recreation programs like the South Mountain Geo Trail and South Mountain Outdoors, a 3-day event that allows visitors to explore all that the region has to offer, including planned outdoor events and one of our first collaborative programs with many of the great place-based businesses around the mountain. In 2009, the South Mountain Partnership supported the Appalachian Trail Community Forum, and in 2010 it held a regional trail summit, a unifying critical mass of trail advocates, municipalities, and community leaders. With over 120 in attendance, the Trail Summit highlighted the region's greatest showcases, like the Carlisle Road Diet and the Gettysburg Inner Loop, and was a call to action to make this region the premier outdoor destination. Lastly, help South Mountain Partnership in preserving and promoting local agriculture. Closing the Food Gap, the most recent South Mountain Speaker Series presentation, was a dialogue on how to get more local foods to more in our community, especially to the underprivileged. Attendees from surrounding schools and hospitals, local farmers, and social welfare organizations helped define ways to make better linkages from farmers directly to our local tables, whether a hospital bed, a soup kitchen, or a school lunchroom. Many of our partners are deeply involved in agriculture preservation as well, like the Land Conservancy of Adams County. They can recite numerous stories of why folks have decided to permanently preserve their land for farming. Read about it in their partnership-funded Tales of Preservation. The South Mountain Partnership has also funded ag tourism projects like the Cumberland County Local Food, Farm, and Outdoor Attractions Guide. This is only a small sample of the work of the South Mountain Partnership and our 70-plus participating organizations. Join us in celebrating where we live and making it better. Anyone can be involved in this partnership. Anyone can make a difference if they harness the power of the partnership.